All right, so UFC 306, the Sphere goes down very, very soon. The main event, Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili, right? The Sphere is going to be the most expensive event that the UFC has ever put on. Something like $14 million has already been spent on the production values alone. As we know, Dana spoke about recently, it's going to be a journey through time. The first fight of the night is going to be the dawn of man. The last fight, the main event between Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili, will be Mexico in the future. But you might have seen it by now. Dana White was kind of annoyed with Merab Dvalishvili because Merab got cut in training. Dana was asked about it at the post-fight press conference for the Tuesday night Contender Series, and he went off on Merab. And I get it. I 100% understand. And all you little idiots out there can call me a bootlicker or whatever you want. But Dana 100% has a point here. First of all, let's listen to what he had to say.
About Merab's cut, can you make any...
The whole world knows about Merab's cut. He posted it. I mean, our guys are so dumb. It's next level unbelievable. It's all the stuff that I talk about boxing. What I will give boxing is when something happens in a camp, man, let me tell you what, it does not leak. You know, our guys can't fucking wait to throw it up on social media. It's a small cut. It's no big deal, but obviously needed to be posted.
Against a guy like O'Malley, who's a sharpshooter and who's a very accurate puncher, now all of a sudden there's a big target for him.
Exactly.
And why the would you want him to know that? Yeah. It is next level stupid. Some of these guys are so stupid, it's mind-boggling. Unbelievable.
All right, so anyway, there is Dana White talking about Merab's cut. He went straight to social media, but that is the age that we are living in. Dana's right when he talks about boxers. Of course, he's probably talking about the boxers of his generation. Dana knows a lot about boxing as well as mixed martial arts, of course. Back in the day, social media wasn't a thing. The new generation, though, they live on social media. Your entire life is on social media. Granted, I post as well here and there because it's just a necessary part of what I do, telling you guys about my podcast and stuff. I like to share a little insight into my life, but a lot of stuff stays private. And I'll tell you what, if I was fighting for a main event against Sean O'Malley to become the UFC champion of the world and I got cut, I would not post it on social media. I'm not talking shit on Merab. I think Merab is awesome. He's a great guy. He's an incredible fighter. The performance against Cejudo solidified that he is the next man in line. But not everything needs to go on social media. Look, listen, fighters get injured all the time. Now, granted, the fight is still a few weeks away, so it's just a little cut. You know, it'll probably be okay. But to the point of Kevin Iole from Yahoo Sports, well, used to be, that's who was asking the question. To the point of him, why would you want to let a sharpshooter like Sean O'Malley know this? Why would you give him a target? Granted, you're trying to hit the face, you're trying to hit the nose, you're trying to crack the jaw. But if you know a guy's got a fresh cut on there, my God, why not open it up, jab away at it, pick away at it, elbow at it? If Merab takes you down and you end up on your back, throw little elbows. Because guess what? That bad boy, that little sucker is going to open up and it's going to bleed into the eye. Hopefully, none of that will be an issue. But you can't blame Dana for being a little bit pissed off when you're putting on this mega blockbuster event. It's a one of a kind. You're spending millions and millions of dollars. It's Merab's first pay-per-view main event. He's fighting for the belt. He takes a cut. That's unfortunate. You don't get on social media. Merab, not talking shit, brother, but, you know, we live and we learn. We all make mistakes. It is what it is. He probably didn't think about the implications and was like, brother, it's going to be okay. It's just a little cut. This is no problem for me. I take your O'Malley down and I use my Georgian wrestling. That's a bad Merab Dvalishvili. But the point remains, okay? When I was training, I took many, many cuts. When I fought Luke Rockhold, I flew out to Sydney, Australia. I got a cut above my eye. I had a training partner in a Kimura from Side Control. He kneed me in the face, opened up a huge cut in this eye. Sorry, what am I saying? I've still got the scar to this day. It was a really, really good cut. I went out to Australia. Rockhold was like, oh, look at this. You've got stitches in your eye. And I did have stitches in my eye. And right in the fight, the first round, boom, He headbutted me against the fence and blood started pouring into my eye. So you don't want to let people know. I had stitches in my eye, so it was plainly evident. And I was crapping my pants when I was walking into the arena, morning of the fight, because it's Australia. I get pulled to one side. They're like, Michael, doctor wants to see you. And of course, I had one eye. I couldn't see out the other one. So I'm terrified, going, what's the problem? And they were like, I don't know, something to do with your eye. I'm like, they know about it. Oh, God, I'm done. I sit in this room. The doctor walks in. I'm like, hey, doc, what's the problem? He's like, oh, mate, you got stitches in your eye. You can't bloody fight with stitches. He was Australian. That was a bad accent. Anyway, he takes the stitches out and I have the fight. I get headbutted. Blood comes into the eye. I can't see anything. He head kicks me fair and square, gets me in the guillotine. Well done. But the point that I'm making is you try and keep this stuff quiet. When I fought George St. Pierre, a week before, I tore all the cartilage in my ribs. I couldn't believe it. We were flying into New York on the Saturday. And on the Friday, I said, let's do one more sparring session. Now that right there, that was weakness for me. That was a lack of confidence because as Perillo, my coach, always says, it takes confidence to take a day off. It takes confidence not to overdo it. It takes confidence to be able to sit back and say, you know what, I'm ready. But I didn't do that. I said, no, let's do some more training. Let's do another round of sparring. So I had 2 guys every round, sparring. The sparring always gets a bit heated, gets a bit carried away. And in the final round, one of my training partners comes at me, level changes, double legs, picks me up, slams me down, and as we landed on the ground, his shoulder right into my ribs. And I knew straight away. I said, fuck! Screamed my head off, because I knew the ribs are done. And when the ribs are done, that's it. Do you know what I mean? Nothing's gonna fix that. It's a story in my book, one of the chapters, because I couldn't move. I couldn't walk, I couldn't rotate, I couldn't do anything. And the doctor actually wanted to give me a needle full of lidocaine so I could inject myself in between the ribs on the toilet in Madison Square Garden so I wouldn't be able to feel the pain. And I actually had the needle of lidocaine with me. It's not a banned substance, by the way. But I was like, what is this? This is absolute nonsense. So I went out there and I had the fight and people said, you didn't look yourself. I'm like, yeah, no shit, I didn't look myself. Anyway, the point that I'm making is, people get injured all the time. Fighting for mixed martial arts, it's so hard, it's so strenuous. You know this, you've heard this a million times. Fighters always step in to the cage injured. You know, my foot was a balloon.
My foot was a balloon.
Of course, our heads are balloons, our noses are balloons. You know, we've got bumps and bruises all over the place. You try and minimize that, you try and train safe, you try and spar safe, you use training partners that you can trust. And if you get cut a few weeks before, you go to the doctors, you get a bit of glue, you get some butterfly stitches, maybe a few real stitches, and you take it easy, okay? You don't put it on social media. Anyway, the Sphere, I cannot wait for this. It is going to be a show like nothing else. I'm going to be talking to Sugar Sean O'Malley on the Believe in Me podcast this Thursday, so you don't want to miss this one. I'm going to ask him all about this. O'Malley's probably going to say, you know what, to be honest, it doesn't matter. I'm going to piece him up anyway. I'm going to pick him apart. I'm too fast, I'm too quick, I'm too slick. My footwork's too good. My takedown defense isn't even going to come into play because I'm going to keep him at bay with my hands. And that could be true. Merab Dvalishvili, the machine by name, machine by nature, he doesn't give a damn about this cut.
Let's go, guys. September 14th. I'm coming. Sean O'Malley. You are in big trouble, my friend. Stop talking too much, bro. You know I'm dangerous, and then you know what's gonna happen. I want to tell all these people everything is good. This is my 3rd training session today. I got a little cut today, but this is part of the training. This is nothing. I'm here with my team, training every day, like I said.
But anyway, at the end of the day, the fight's still gonna go ahead. Merab Dvalishvili said, calm down, it's all good. It's just a little training injury. I've never pulled out of a fight, and I never will. I'm coming for you, O'Malley, stronger than ever. Vamos. After that, Ally Quinta says, the machine doesn't care about a little cut, and he probably doesn't. But the doctor will, if they were to potentially stop the fight, and then Merab would. The fact that anyone thinks this man is pulling out over a stitches is mind-blowing. Merab is truly a machine, and he is a machine. But sometimes it's not down to us. Sometimes there's doctors, we've seen it before, the doctor walks in, blood's going into the eye. I think let that go. But some doctors, they go, stop the fight. This is crazy, which is nonsense. Sometimes they ask Johnny Walker, where are you fighting? He says, I'm in the desert. When he's in Abu Dhabi, and they go, right, the fight's off. So, moral of the story, just keep the injuries off social media. Anyway, Merab, heal up. O'Malley, see you Thursday. You guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe, ring the bell, like the video, and let me know what you think in the comments.